Hi, I am Pauletta Hansel, and I am with the Urban Appalachian Community Coalition's Story Gathering Project. And I am pleased to be here today with a family interview. We are interviewing the Gilberts, Bessie and Jerry Gilbert, and Kim Darpel, their daughter. So thank you so much for being with us. And I'm going to ask if each of you in turn can please say your name and where you're living now. And Bessie, would you start?
Sure. Bessie Gilbert, Somerset, Kentucky.
All right, great. So you're in Somerset.
Yes.
And with you, Jerry, would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Jerry Gilbert, and we live in Somerset, Kentucky.
That's great. Thanks for being with you. With us. I told Kim that my parents lived in Somerset before they moved back up to Cincinnati. Yeah, so I know your area. And
Yeah.
Kim, could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, Kim Darpel, and I'm currently living in Sedona, Arizona.
Wow. Okay, so we're bi-coastal here, which is cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Definitely.
So Jerry and Bessie, I would like to ask you guys, and you can just take turns answering this question. Where were you born and where did you grow up?
I was born in Oneida, Kentucky, and I grew up around the Oneida area.
Now, where is that?
Oneida, Kentucky is southeastern Kentucky.
Okay. And Clay County, is that right?
Yes.
That area or near there? Okay. Okay.
Mhm. We
I
were
guess
5 miles from Oneida.
Got it.
20 miles
Next
from
biggest
Oneida.
town would be Manchester, right, Mom?
Okay.
Yes.
Manchester, Kentucky.
Yeah.
20 miles from Manchester is
Yeah.
where we're at. Yeah.
My sister-in-law's family is from Manchester, and I'm glad you said Oneida because I never knew how that was pronounced. So that's good to know how to say it.
In Kentucky, we call it Oneida. Oneida.
Got it.
And no, they call it Oneida in Tennessee. There's an Oneida, Tennessee,
Yeah,
Oneida in Kentucky.
that's cool. I had never heard that, so I'm glad to hear it. I love the different pronunciations of things. So how about you, Jerry? Where are you from, and where did you grow up?
I was born in Middletown, Ohio, which is Butler County. And then we was raised in South Lebanon, Ohio, which is in Warren County.
Okay. And now, is that where your parents came from too?
Mom came from Owsley County, Kentucky. And Dad, he came from around Corbin, Kentucky.
Okay.
Corbin and Barbersville, back and forth through there is where he was from.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. So I grew up in Jackson and in Barberville. And Jackson is near Owsley County. So we have connections all over Eastern Kentucky, which is really cool. And then Kim, how about you?
What was that, Dad?
You was born in Clinton County.
Yeah.
Jim was born in Clinton County,
Okay.
Ohio.
Got it.
Wilmington, but grew
Yeah.
up in the suburbs of Cincinnati, I guess, Lebanon, Ohio. The last part of the time that I lived home with Mom and Dad.
Got it. Yeah. All right. Because you guys had already moved up to Cincinnati by the time that Kim was born. So we're gonna talk about that definitely. But I'm just curious, Bessie and Jerry, if you guys would talk about what it was like for you growing up, where you were. Did you grow up in small towns? Did you live up the holler? Sort of what was your daily life like growing up?
Well, I grew up in a family, there was 14 of us. And I grew up in the holler, I guess you would say. It was not on a main road, which was Route 11.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, now that I look back on it, it was a good time being with so many family members.
Now, where were you in the family? What was your birth order?
I was the 7th child.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
That's
In the
supposed to be the lucky number, right?
In the middle. Yeah.
Lucky number 7.
Yeah.
So
My dad went to Ohio and worked,
Mhm.
but we stayed there, and oh my God, we raised gardens, canned. I mean, we had to survive, I guess, back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
No
And so,
running, no running water. We carried water
mhm,
for all that, but it was a fun time.
mhm.
Fun time. Mhm.
Yeah. So were all your brothers and sisters, were they all still in the house while you were growing up, or had some of them grown up and moved away?
Yes, as they grew up, they moved away. They go to Cincinnati
Mm-hmm.
for work. Hmm.
Yeah.
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 No, we were never all there. No.
Got it.
As they got older, they move away and get a job.
Got it. Yeah, that's what they would say, right? I heard reading, writing, and Route 15 out of out of the mountains.
ASAP.
Yeah. Well, and Jerry, how about you? What was life like for you growing up in Middletown?
We lived in South Lebanon. I was born there.
Lebanon, sorry.
It was just a small little town. It was made up of people from Kentucky, West Virginia, Tennessee, just mountain people mostly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a kind of town that, well, when we moved there, we had a little cast iron sink with cold water and no bathroom, had an outhouse. And that area, a lot of the people just in a backyard, they had their pigs and chickens and one thing and another. And we really didn't have a whole lot, but we always had something to eat. And Dad worked in the factory.
Mm-hmm.
And we was, well, when we was small, we wasn't allowed out of the fenced-in yard. We was kept in. Then as we got a little older, I mean, we got in sports at school and this and that and the other, one way or another. And then finally, well, I started working when I was about 9 years old.
Wow. What did you do when you were
First
little?
job
What was your job?
First job I had was paper route.
Mm-hmm.
And then I worked on a garbage truck. Then I worked in the grocery store. Then moved up to a gas station.
Boy, you was right uptown then.
That's great. And how many brothers and sisters did you have, Jerry?
3 sisters, no brothers.
Okay. All right.
And so it was basically sort of pretty close knit when we was younger. And then as we got older, everybody scattered.
Yeah.
One was in Tennessee, one was around South Lebanon, one's Indiana. And so, and basically, like I say, everybody just went their own ways.
Yeah. Yep. Did you ever, when you were a kid, did you ever go back and visit the family home place in Kentucky?
We would go to London where Dad's father lived. We'd go there about once a year. And Mom's people, they moved to Ohio. And so they lived right there in South Lebanon also.
Got it.
So they was right there pretty close. And we visit them pretty regularly.
Okay.
And then Dad, he had brothers up around Kings Mills there, South Lebanon, and sisters lived around there. So we was all sort of associated some with them.
Mm-hmm. What did you think about London, about going back to the hills? Did it seem like a little hick town to you, or did you like it, or what?
No, back then we was just a little, we probably 9, 10, 12 years old back at that time. And actually London was a whole lot bigger than South Lebanon.
Well, that's true.
There's a whole lot bigger than what we come from.
Yep.
Because the only thing they had where we come from, I think they had 11 churches and 2 grocery stores and about 4 gas stations in town, and that was about it.
Yep. Yeah, so London was like going to the big city.
Yeah, it was like going to big town.
So, Bessie, you, on the other hand, grew up out in the country in Kentucky, and then you moved up to Cincinnati. So what caused you to move to Cincinnati? When did you do it, and why, and what did you do once you got up here?
Um, well, I started in the second year of high school and dropped out.
Okay.
I turned 16. I went to Cincinnati because I had sisters that was there.
Mm-hmm.
And well, they were older than me, but I moved in with them, got a job.
Where did
I
you
went
work?
to work. I went to make my living.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why we all came here, right? When you get right down to it.
Yeah, because there's nothing there
Yeah. Yeah.
to do. I mean, I worked going to school. I worked for a Mamie Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
She had a restaurant. I helped her.
Mm-hmm.
Clean the schoolhouse.
And then in school, I got a job with I don't remember what it was called, but it was some kind of program.
Mm-hmm.
You could work during the summer, cleaning
Mhm.
schools and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
They had a name for it, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty good little chunk of money, you
Yeah.
know. And from there, when I turned 16, I quit school.
Mm-hmm.
And mommy says, you don't need to do this. And I said, no, I need to go.
Yeah.
Need to go make my living.
Yeah.
So,
So when you came up here, what neighborhood did you live in and what sort of jobs did you do?
I had a sister that lived on Kilgore Street
Mm-hmm.
in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to work at the Font Bon. It was operated by the nuns.
Mm-hmm.
And we would cook, serve, whatever. Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Then I had another sister that worked for Adkins and Pierce in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to work there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could walk to work,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Pretty good money.
What did you think about Cincinnati when you came up from the holler and there were all these? I remember when I came here, all those big buildings were the first thing that is like, oh my goodness, I'm not home anymore. But what were your thoughts about the differences between your old home and your new home?
I missed home. I missed it. I really did. I mean, about every weekend we'd go home.
Yeah.
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 But to me, it was big and it wasn't as clean as I expected in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. That was one thing. And and today I'm not a city girl
Mm-hmm.
like my two daughters. My daughters are city girls.
Got it.
And I'm not all about that.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
Yeah.
So then from Cincinnati, I went to South Lebanon
Mm-hmm.
and got a job with Homer Duff Smorgasbords. You may have heard of them.
Yeah.
And I worked there. Then from that, I went to Stearns and Foster's.
Mm-hmm.
Worked there. Just made a living.
Yeah.
Traveling about.
Now, somewhere in there, though, you must have met somebody.
Yes, I met
so will you all tell me about that, about how you first met and what that was like in your courting days?
Yes, I seen him. I was working for Duff's in South Lebanon, and I seen him go down the street. And one of the girls that was working with me, I said, "Who was that?" And evidently she told him that I was interested.
I don't think I knew that. I have not heard this part
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
Close your ears, Kim.
That happened. So, and then I don't remember. Help me out here. Oh, Homer Duff had a smorgasbord there in South Lebanon and a grocery store. And I have went to the grocery store and you seen me.
Like that quite well.
And he asked me to go out. And I said yes. Yeah. You work second shift now.
Third shift.
Third shift. He was working third shift. Yeah. I guess I seen him on his way home.
Before I left.
So Jerry, let's hear this story from your point of view.
You have to ask what question you want me to start with?
Well, about how you first
How
met
you met
Bessie
me.
and what caused you to ask her out.
Well, I guess I like the looks. So anyway, I asked her out and she said yeah. And so we've been together ever since.
Wow.
You know, we've always got along pretty good. We've never had no slap jaws or nothing like that. A few ups and downs and arguing, but
That's another thing.
well, nothing major.
When he asked me to marry, I told him, if you ever hit me, you won't hit me twice. Mhm.
She scared me away, didn't she?
not too far away.
No.
So let's see, how old were you all?
I was 20
Okay.
I was 19.
All right.
and he was 19.
Yeah.
I'm a year older than him and
Yeah.
he still gets me on that.
Yeah. An old woman.
Older and wiser. So how long were you courting before he popped the big question?
Not long, about 6 weeks.
About 6 weeks.
Wow.
Seriously. Yeah.
Wow. And
Mhm.
had you met each other's parents at that point?
I had met his and he had met
Yeah,
mine.
yeah,
Yes.
we met.
Okay.
Like I said, I like to go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like to.
So what your parents, Bessie, what did your parents think about this city boy?
They don't set my mom and dad. My mom was better with it than my dad.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was never home when one of us married.
Hmm.
He'd take the hills, as mommy would say.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He'd take the hills.
Yeah.
We got married in the living room at home,
Wow.
and Daddy went to the hills.
Huh.
I don't know why that was,
Yeah.
but he never attended any wedding. Mom didn't either. For the ones that was later getting married, Mom didn't go, did she?
I don't think so.
Mhm.
No.
She probably wouldn't have went to yours either if you hadn't went there.
Well, she wanted to come to mine, but we got married in the living room
Yeah.
at the home place. Yeah.
So can you tell me about the wedding? Like, did you just go down for the weekend and get married, or did you have a wedding dress? I mean, tell me about it.
Yes. Jerry and I went to J.C. Penney's in Dayton,
I think so.
Ohio.
Mhm.
And we bought, well, he gave me the engagement ring. And then I knew I had to get him a ring. So we went to J.C. Penney's in Dayton. And I bought him a wedding band and I bought me a dress. Just, it was
What'd it
just
look like?
a dress.
Oh,
What it looked like?
what a veil.
It was just a white dress.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Was it long? Was it short?
Short.
Yeah.
It wasn't short. It was probably knee length.
Right.
But it wasn't like a wedding dress. It was just
Yeah.
a white dress.
No.
Yeah.
No one, the older ones, they just have white dresses too. As a matter of fact, Rose was married in the living room.
That's your older sister.
Yes, that's the one older than me.
Mhm.
There was about a year. There's usually about 2 years between the 14 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 2 years.
So did you all have a car? Did you drive down? Did you take the bus or the train down for the
Yes,
wedding?
Jerry had a car.
Okay.
A train? We didn't have trains.
No, you wouldn't have had trains then. No, that would have been earlier. My mom came up here on a train from
Oh.
Leslie County, but by the time you guys were recording, there wouldn't have been train service.
A train. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think. The closest train,
Manchester.
I don't remember Manchester having one, but I'm sure they did. Probably Boonville,
Yeah,
Betaville.
maybe Hazard,
Yeah.
maybe Hazard.
And a bus. I don't remember any bus services.
Okay. All right.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's just all, it's when I was going back, there wasn't a bus all the way to Jackson, but there would have been at an earlier time. So, but yeah, so you had a car and you just
would have been a bus.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you drove on down. Did they know you were coming for the wedding, or were you surprised? Did you surprise your family?
Yeah.
No, they knew. Yeah, they knew. Yeah.
And so what was it like? Did your preacher come, or?
Yes. There was it was Malcolm Roberts. He preached at the Road Run Church House
Okay.
on Route 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did any of your family go down, Jerry?
No,
No.
they lived down below Nashville, Tennessee, is where they was at,
Okay,
and they never came.
got it.
Your
Yeah.
mom and dad moved to Nashville when?
1970.
1970.
Okay, yeah. So you had the wedding, and then did you have a honeymoon, or did you just come on back to Cincinnati?
We came back to Lexington,
Okay.
spent the night, went home.
We had an apartment.
We had an apartment, went there.
Mhm.
We had $2. Offer money on a dress and ring, I guess.
So what did you do with that $2?
I don't remember. I don't remember. Do you?
Well, remember, that's
I don't
how
know how we
That's-
probably eat with family.
that's what we had when we got home. Was $2.
We probably eat with my younger sister.
And you both went back to your jobs
Yep.
that next
Yeah.
Monday. Yep. But you were married.
And we've worked every day since.
Yeah.
Every day. Mhm.
Well, I'm going to pause this right now for just a minute because I want to make sure that we are able to get the full conversation in. And
Okay.
so I will just to let folks who are listening know, I am going to stop the recording, and then we were going to pick it back up again with this young newlywed couple telling us about about how their lives began. So be sure to watch part 2 of this as well.